Alex, a disappointing afternoon on the East Coast. Can I get your initial reactions on the game?
Yeah, I mean, the game itself was a poor one, ruined by like really poor officiating. And I'm not one to get at referees. Uh, we need them for the game, but there was no control. Like there was no understanding of the game whatsoever, and that was evident with their lad kicking it back to their goalkeeper, passing it back to their goalkeeper, and the lad picking it up, not giving a back pass, but giving offside when our lad's literally nowhere near it. I just words fail me on what I've seen today. On our performance, we weren't good enough in the first half. We didn't secure the ball well enough on a really tough pitch. I get that, but second half we got into our stride. We started to pass it. We started to move it. But yeah, we just a day of sort of not backing up the performance from last week, and just like I just don't know what I've just witnessed in terms of the officiating. Last week's referee was superb. He enabled the game to be a game. Today, I think the ball was in play for maybe 20, 30 minutes around the whole game, which I understand. We come to a place with a running track. The ball's going to be out of play less. I get that, but yeah, even just speeding it up, getting control and that, just nowhere near.
Ryan come off early, quite early on into the game. Is he all right? What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, well, he just felt a little bit dizzy, a little bit lightheaded, and felt a bit of a pain in his chest. And just we weren't willing to risk him, and we made sure that he come off. But again, like if Ryan then comes off with concussion, we can then make another substitution at the end, which we needed to make, but we couldn't make it because concussion is one rule, but someone having problems with the heart is another rule. It's just, again, just really frustrating. I know it probably sounds sort of a bit like sour grapes, but I just thought today was like it just takes your enjoyment out of football totally.
And Callum sending off as well. Can I get a word on that?
Yeah, well, it's actually a really good tackle, the second one. The first one's a definite yellow, and he deserves a yellow, and the referee got that right, and he was in a good position to give it. But the second one, he wins the ball. His follow through there's no follow through. He's down, his foot's down. There's no contact or anything, and he gives a second yellow card. But what summed the officiating up is that he didn't even have his red card with him. He only had a yellow card with him. I just like I'm all for referees and the majority of them are actually, I think, pretty good. But today it wasn't just poor for us; it was poor for both teams. It just ruined what could be a good game of football because both teams are athletic, both teams want to play, both teams do and play the game in the right way, or at least try to. And yeah, it's just shambolic.
What needs to change in a fortnight's time for when we come back up here in the FA Vase?
Yeah, well, that's a fortnight's time. I'm not even thinking about that. I'm thinking we've got to dust ourselves off for Tuesday and make sure that we've got a side that can turn it around and compete because it's our first defeat in 4. We haven't got any win on the table yet, but it wasn't for the want of trying, and missing the penalty obviously really doesn't help. And I think we had 2 really good opportunities after the penalty. So yeah, we'll have a count up tomorrow, see where we're at ahead of Tuesday, and try and secure 3 points at home against Thetford.
Super. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.